Thank you very much, Ms. Aydogdu, and I'm very happy to be part of the stellar panel. Let me first thank the Circle Foundation and Mr. Güzel for organizing this event. The foundation is working to strengthen the voice of the Turkish diaspora in the UK, and it also contributes to Turkey-UK and Turkey-EU relations. The two are no longer one and the same. The UK has traditionally been one of the strongest supporters of Turkey's accession to the European Union. I think we have lost an important ally within the EU after the Brexit, but Europe is not only the EU. We're confident that we will continue to have the UK on our side as a capable European voice, if you will, and an influential non-NATO, non-EU NATO ally. European security, stability, and prosperity, after all, depends very heavily on countries like the UK and Turkey and other NATO allies who are not EU members, as well as, of course, the EU members. A healthy relationship is imperative in all matters concerning the security and prosperity and well-being of Europe. And I think this is exactly what our topic is today. I've often felt that Turkey is the right place to look 360 degrees in the European world. Europe starts in Turkey. Asia also starts in Turkey, while the Middle East and the Caucasus also start in Turkey. The Mediterranean stretches from Turkey to Spain, the Northern Mediterranean as well. There are three starting points when you sit from a chair like this. First is that Turkey must have her antennas always up. And secondly, that Turkey must have an enterprising foreign policy approach that is willing and able to take initiative. And thirdly, Turkey defines herself as a European actor, and that is the sweetest thing for Europe, I think, as well. Let me touch briefly on these 3 points and come to the conclusion. My conclusion, let me say this from the outset, is that it's about cooperation, not competition between Turkey and the European Union. Well, the antennas. In every sense of the word, this is the most happening period in foreign policy. The world lives in a state of flux. As the 5th largest diplomatic network in the world, Turkey monitors this volatility rather closely. There are very significant uncertainties and divisions over long-established parameters like globalization, free trade, liberal economic order, and uncertainties about the shape and nature of the world order. It is evolving, after all, into a polycentric structure. A struggle is taking shape between the old and the aspiring lead powers. Asia is arising anew, and Asia is not a distant corner as far as anybody is concerned, not anymore. In its present form, the global system or world order has been struggling to bring stability and solutions to existing problems. The pandemic has exacerbated many of these existing trends. This goes, I think, also for the much underappreciated fact that Europe is surrounded by great volatility and fragility. Much of the gaps that allowed smaller powers to be daring and experimenting may be closing, which may be a good thing, certainly for Turkey, who has suffered much due to the turmoil creating geopolitical gaps in our region. That brings me to the second point, that Turkey needs to be enterprising in its foreign policy approach and humanitarian. You have seen Turkey basically taking an initiative to pursue 3 objectives in the last 4 or 5 years. We have stopped the neighboring regions, and there are a number of neighboring regions, from disintegrating in the hands of terrorist groups and a cast of rather confused international actors. We've had 4 operations in Syria, for instance, which has allowed the country to stay unified and a political track still possible. In Libya, our assistance is the main reason why this country can now look ahead with greater confidence. What one prevents is, of course, never appreciated. And for those of us who have been working in preventive diplomacy, this is unfortunately a sober kind of reminder. It's never it's never appreciated, but facts are there, I think. Similarly, by taking action, we prevented the Eastern Mediterranean from turning into a permanent international flashpoint. Had Turkey not stood firm behind its rights, behind her rights, those rights would be usurped, and this would have created a major and very long-term rivalry. Now, there is a chance for equitable sharing of the resources in the Eastern Mediterranean and the formation of some inclusive formulas to bring about lasting stability, peace, and prosperity to this part of the world as well. As far as we are concerned, the picture is vivid, very much so, on our hand. We have stopped disintegration, we have stopped negative trends, and opened the room for positive diplomatic engagement and regeneration. And thirdly and lastly, Turkey sees herself as a European actor. And this is one unchanging dynamic in Turkish foreign policy. We are in a symbiotic relationship, as people sometimes forget. Turkey has been part and parcel of the European security and actively contributed to the security of our continent. This is our point of departure as a European country, as a long-standing candidate for full membership to the European Union and a non-EU European ally. We have common interests, and Turkey is willing and able to work in close partnership with the EU in projecting sustainable peace, security, and prosperity in our region. Please tell European citizens how much Turkey contributes to their security and prosperity. We expect a similar readiness to work with Turkey on the part of the European Union. We want to start to work on a mutually agreed positive agenda. The positive agenda should be based on, of course, concrete and meaningful steps, and those should enhance the accession perspective of Turkey. Given the current intra-EU environment, the EU has come forward with a comparatively limited scope. We're happy to play along. Migration is important, but this must not be the only agenda item. We also need to work on strengthening Turkey's EU perspective, starting EU-Turkey customs union modernization process, revitalizing the high-level dialogue and summits, realizing visa liberalization for Turkish citizens, and having a better cooperation in the management of irregular migration, of course, in addition to enhanced cooperation on our fight against terrorism. We have a major agenda where Turkey-EU collaboration can make a very positive impact. Let me stop here for the moment.